Eagles Dynasty says someone needs to have a talk with Jalen Hurts and tell him Tom Brady took pay cuts so New England could sign players. Well, just for the record, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jalen Hurts has the highest cap hit on the team, right? But to put it in context, for his position, his cap hit is only $21 million. He's not, like, believe it or not, the Hurts contract is not the reason why you can't sign anybody. His cap hit is really not egregious. I wouldn't worry about the Hurts contract because, trust me, the Eagles can restructure that shit anytime they want. He's going to get his money regardless. Jalen Hurts has the highest cap hit on the team, and that's $21.8 million. That's a steal for your position. But yeah, man, Carol the Green, you bring up a good point. Dak Prescott's cap hit $60 million. $60 million fucking dollars. Now, granted, he just restructured, but he had a cap hit of $60 million. Whereas Jalen is a drop in the bucket compared to that, right? Jalen Hurts' contract, see what they did was they paid him a lot of money up front. So they gambled. They bet on Jalen Hurts. They gave him a lot of money up front. That's why his cap hits are so low for the position. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you guys all of Jalen Hurts' cap hits, right? Listen to this. Now, granted, his cap hit goes up each and every year because it's a big contract. But when you think about his cap hit in context with the position, it's nuts. As of right now, in 2025, Jalen Hurts has a $21.8 million cap hit. That only takes up 7.8% of the cap. In 2026, his cap hit will be $31.9 million. That's 10.4% of the cap hit. Still not bad. In 2027, he'll have a $42.1 million cap hit. That's only 12% of your cap. And then, what is this, 2028? Then in 2028, he'll have a $47.5 million cap hit. That's 12.8%. You see, what happened was the Eagles, they were smart enough to pay Jalen Hurts early. They paid him early. They gambled. They bet on him. When they saw him take them to the Super Bowl and almost win it, they bet on it and say, you know what? We're going to bet that this kid can do it again. And we're going to put our money where our mouth is. And lo and behold, Jalen Hurts, 2 seasons later, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, cashed in. He's only entering year 2 of the contract. And also, like Lance Elliott just said, those percentages are based on this season's cap. And it goes up. It goes up. The cap goes up every year, damn near. So when you think about the context, that Hurts contract is really not, it gets better as time goes. So the Hurts contract is really the least of our problems. But that's not to say, as they get further along, they may not restructure it a bit. Knowing the Eagles, they're probably going to give him an extension. They good for that. After the 2026 season, Eagles will probably give him an extension, lower that cap hit again. Good money. You know what I mean? As long as Jalen Hurts is the guy that we know him to be, continues to win big games, Super Bowls, whatever. Like, in my opinion, personally, Jalen Hurts already lived up to his end of the deal. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I feel like Jalen Hurts already lived up to the contract. Super Bowl MVP. I feel like Jalen Hurts lived up to the contract. Every organization that's paying their quarterback $50 million or $50 million plus, if they can get one Super Bowl out of the length of that contract, they're happy. It's a success. This goes back to my baseball analogy, right? If you give your quarterback a 5-year extension or a 5-year contract, if you pay your quarterback 5 years, don't worry about the amount of money, but a lot of money. if you pay your quarterback a lot of money for 5 years and he delivers on consecutive playoff berths, multiple division titles, and 1 Super Bowl, what's that average? I think, who said it earlier? I think my man MJS said earlier that batting 250 is still a great average in baseball. Now, obviously, batting 300 gets you into the Hall of Fame. If you're batting 250, you're going to need some home runs with that. But 5-year contract and your quarterback delivers 1 Super Bowl out of those 5 years, that's a 25% hit rate. I think that's a success. But yeah, of course, Eagles dynasty, of course. Eagles dynasty, of course. Definitely want to get 5 of them. You know what I mean? Definitely want to get more. We're not going to sugarcoat that, right? We definitely want more. You know, we're not satisfied with just 2 Super Bowls, right? We're not satisfied. We definitely want more. But in the context of when you pay a guy and why you pay a guy, right? In the context of that, in the vacuum, if you're paying a quarterback, you expect him to win games. You expect him to you expect him to win big games. You expect him to win the division. You expect him to win playoff games. You expect him to win a Super Bowl at least once, right? Because Super Bowls are hard to do. Winning a Super Bowl is difficult. When you're able to get a Super Bowl and validate the contract you paid somebody, because again, Jalen Hurts, he basically won that Super Bowl the first year of his new contract. Talk about living up to the deal. Talk about living up to the deal. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, money well spent. Money well spent, you guys.